In this course, we do a bunch of different discussion boards, and you get graded on them, and you probably want to get the best grade possible. So I'm going to make a quick tutorial on exactly what I'm looking for, but I'm going to turn myself into a student, so kind of outlining what I would do as a student. Here I am in a Blackboard course. This isn't our course, but the mechanics are pretty much the same. So this week my prompt is about wildlife, and it's asking find a wildlife and human interaction and discuss whether it's good or whether it's bad. So I'm going to create a thread to answer my response. So here's the description. Investigate human interactions with wildlife, take a stance whether it's good or bad, as well as provide evidence in support of your argument. And this is incredibly important because I don't want you to just be like, well, Professor Newtoff said in lecture, or my mom thinks this. I want you to actually go out there and find information. That's one of the really greatest skills that people can have today, whether you're in science or not in science. So me as a student in this class, I have bird feeders, and I'm really interested in, feeding birds, and I think it's a really great thing. So I'm going to put as my subject, benefits of bird feeding. But where do I start? I mean, me personally, I think bird feeding is great because I really like birds and I get to see them and they're kind of cute and I can take cool pictures of them. But that's not enough. That if you were to write something like that, it would not be enough. So the first thing I did is I just went to Google and I literally just typed in benefits of bird feeding. And this was the first site that came up from the Spruce. And it's written by someone, Melissa Maintz. I don't know who that is, but it was updated fairly recently. Some cool pictures, and then a whole bunch of information about different types of benefits, and also giving you tips on bird feeding. So I might read through this, and let's say, bird feeding is good because it gets, other people excited about birds and wildlife, and they are more likely to take actions to protect wildlife. So that was one thing that was on the website. There was a couple other things. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to just write DFJ a whole bunch of times. But I also need to cite this source. You can cite however you want to. I don't care if it's MLA, APA, whatever you made up. I don't care. But the biggest thing is you need the website. So I got this information from this website so that I, as the professor or another student, could go take a look. But also provide information as much as you can. So I know the author is Melissa Maintz. I'm going to kind of do this in APA, but again, you don't have to. It's just this is what I'm used to. This was it was updated in 2017. The title is called, Benefits of Bird Feeding, and the organization was called the Spruce. And there's the website. Provide as much information as you can, and that'll be a good tip too to determine if you have a good source. So I have no idea what the Spruce is. I have no idea who Melissa Maintz is. So I'm going to first click on Melissa. She's someone who birds, so kind of biased right there. Let's see. She's published in a couple wildlife magazines, but it looks like just as a birder, not as a scientist. She sees it as a hobby. What's the Spruce? The Spruce, never heard of it before. Kind of looks like Pinterest. I don't have Pinterest, but I feel like this is what Pinterest looks like. Maybe there's an about page. Okay, so it's not even an about page. Now the reason you want to look at this is this should, inform your argument a little bit. It's okay if you have something that's biased or maybe not very scientific, but you need to point that out. In your answer, I am looking for two things. One, your original information, but two, your evaluation of that source. What type of information is this? So I would say the author is a birder for many years and has published as such. The website is a Pinterest style home website. That's it. You don't really need to say more than that. But those are two very important pieces of information, because maybe someone will come back and say, well, okay, you found this, but I found this other source that's actually more scientific. And I'll come back to that in the next video about making a good response. So in your original post, again, I want answers to whatever questions that I've asked, as well as your source and your evaluation of the source. Who is the author? Who posted this information? What organization? So you can use this one or use this video as an example.